Robert MacLean, TSA whistleblower. Whistleblowing is when an individual discloses information that they believe is wrong, illegal, or a substantial and significant danger to public health and safety. Other whistleblowers include Edward Snowden, Chelsea Manning, and Julian Assange. On July 28, 2003, Robert MacLean, a TSA Air Marshal and Air Force veteran, told NBC News that every federal air marshal received an unsecured text message from the TSA. During the time of his leak, a suicide terrorist hijacking was on alert for a 9/11 style or more ambitious international scale.
Individuals that we do need to come forward. So please take this opportunity to tell your story.
Well, in July of 2003, it kind of accidentally fell on my lap. We were, after a lot of problems with us pre-boarding before the passengers, having to wear somewhat of a uniform to get on every flight, we were brought in for an unprecedented emergency suicidal Al-Qaeda terrorist hijack emergency briefing. And we were all told that in any moment we were going to be under attack and the flight deck was going to be breached and those aircraft were going to be flown into East Coast U.S. targets and European capitals. Just 2 days afterwards, all air marshals got an unsecured text message sent to their unsecured phone instead of their encrypted smartphones, a message that we want everyone to avoid late cancellation fees. Therefore, we need to have everyone cancel their hotel rooms indefinitely. Later on, the GAO and the Inspector General discovered that that was going to be the plan for the next until the new fiscal year. So for 60 days or longer, any aircraft that was going to fly 4 hours or longer was not going to have an air marshal team on them.
MacLean was fired by the TSA on April 11, 2006, on the grounds that he had disclosed prohibited security information. On April 26, 2013, the United States Court of Appeals for the Federal Circuit ruled in favor of MacLean that his disclosure did not violate the law and he is protected by the Whistleblower Protection Act of 1989. Then, on January 27, 2014, the federal government filed for the writ of certiorari and the Supreme Court ruled a 7-2 decision for MacLean.
TSA has got to change tonight. I hope it happened earlier today. The procedures that were put in place in that document, where there were relaxed procedures identified, those procedures should be tightened. Where vulnerabilities in deployed equipment were identified, that equipment needs to be supplemented if it's possible to supplement it with additional measures. That's the first point. The second point is accountability. There's got to be a full investigation of this. I hope it's done not by TSA internally, but by the independent Inspector General. And then whoever, one person or people who are found to be responsible for this have to be held accountable. They've got to be fired. And if the negligence is so gross, perhaps criminal charges should be considered, because this cannot be allowed to happen again.
Yeah, and I just want to remind our viewers, we're not giving out any actual details that were in this thing, although frankly anybody who was online could have gotten the details right out of this document. But we're not doing anything to actually give details. But without doing the story, I mean, nothing's going to change. Robert MacLean, appreciate your time tonight. Clark Kent Irvin, thank you very much as well.
I agree with MacLean 100% because the entire purpose of the TSA is to help make travel safe at all levels. Without MacLean whistleblowing, who knows what could